Efforts to develop more multifamily residential communities on the south side of Pooler Parkway are gaining steam. On Monday, the Pooler Planning and Zoning Commission granted tentative approval to developers proposing two separate projects in Savannah Quarters, a master-planned community covering more than 2,500 acres near Pooler Parkway and Interstate 16 and 95. If approved later by the Pooler City Council, Raleigh, NC-based All-Star Ventures and Birmingham, ALA-based Tynes Development would be able to move ahead with their respective developments, which could ultimately bring several hundred more housing units to the southern end of Pooler Parkway. The two housing developments are the latest of several proposals in the area around Savannah Quarters to come before the city in recent months. Last week, planning commissioners approved site and landscape plans for the Commons at Savannah Quarters, a 34,300 square foot shopping center on Blue Moon Crossing. The month before that, the Pooler City Council approved construction plans for outparcels, the entrance and frontage road for Mosaic Town Center, a 130-acre mixed-use development plan for the east side of Pooler Parkway. Construction also continues on a new Publix supermarket at the entrance to Savannah Quarters on Blue Moon Crossing. It's still early in the planning process for All-Star's development, Representative Hal Craft of Savannah-based Hussey Gabel said Monday, so it's undecided just how many and what kind of residential buildings will be constructed on the 280-acre site near the intersection of I-16 and I-95 in Pooler. However, standards approved by the planning board for this phase of the planned unit development could allow for construction of more than 1,120 residential units. These units could be anything from single-family homes to townhomes or condominiums, along with other residential features like trails, amenities, model homes and recreational vehicle storage facilities, according to the narrative for the project submitted to the city. Kraft said All-Star has the incentive to develop this phase of the Savannah Quarters master plan because the company recently completed the costly construction of a concrete bridge that spans the Savannah-Ogeechee Canal and connects the new community with the existing end of East Haven Boulevard. The narrative says construction of the bridge was a requirement of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for developers to obtain a wetland permit. If they're spending money on a bridge, they want to go ahead and get development in this area, Kraft said, adding that because of the percentage of the land area that is considered wetlands, it's unlikely the development will ever reach the 1,200 units allowed for in the newly approved standards. He showed the Planning Commission an example project that contained about 500 units. Although Kraft said there has been work to improve traffic flow in the area with the addition of left-turn lanes at East Haven Boulevard and Quokka Road, Planning Commissioner Ernest Buckstein advised him he should expect discussion about the development's impact on local traffic when it returns to the Planning Commission for site plan review. Meanwhile, in a separate request Monday, representatives of Tynes Development got a recommendation for approval of site and landscape plans for the station at Savannah Quarters, a 244-unit apartment complex and amenity center to the west of the All-Star project near Pooler Parkway and I-16. In the case of that project, Hussey Gabel's Ben Washburn reported the developer is planning the first-story complex for a site near some existing townhomes on Harley Lane. Washburn said the project exceeds minimum parking requirements for an apartment complex at 441 spaces. In other business Monday, the Pooler Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of site and landscape plans for a Dollar Tree at 202 Grand Central Boulevard, voted to accept the performance bond, and conducted a final plat review for Phase 6 of the Hunt Club subdivision on Jimmy Delich Parkway.